DBKL to implement early flood warning system. Pass ready for GE15. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohanapriya. Welcome to Updates at Noon. Kuala Lumpur City Hall, DBKL, is looking at implementing an early warning system and the addition of more flood retention ports to address flash floods in the city. Federal Territories Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said discussions on these possible solutions for the flood issues are ongoing. Tan Sri Anwar said he is also waiting for a comprehensive report on the smart tunnel's functionality.
Bila pemandu kereta buka, dia kata mungkin dalam masa 1 jam lagi kalau hujan tak berhenti, jalan sekian-sekian mungkin will be underwater. Then avoid jalan itu.
Tan Sri Anwar added that the ministry has received several suggestions to address the issues, including adding more flood retention ports. Last Thursday, several areas in Kuala Lumpur city centre were flooded with water after heavy rain led to swollen rivers. Havoc ensued as many roads, homes, vehicles and buildings were hit by the flash floods. In other developments, Tan Sri Anwar said the Federal Territories Ministry has allowed for restaurants and convenience stores in Kuala Lumpur to operate until 2 a.m. The minister said this will help restaurant and store operators to cope with the losses they have had since the implementation of the Movement Control Order (MCO).
Cara pelaksanaannya nanti bandaraya tengoklah cara mana, melalui perkeliling ke, melalui permohonan ke, itu kaedah pelaksanaan. Jadi bila Datuk Bandar rujuk kepada saya, tanya pendapat saya mudah saja. Peniaga-peniaga telah kerugian banyak. Kalau dia tak mengancam lagi keselamatan, yang telah pun dinilai oleh MKN, dan MKN kata boleh buka sampai pukul 2, saya bersetuju supaya bandaraya membenarkan buka sampai pukul 2.
Tan Sri Anwar also reminded that all operators must abide by the standard operating procedure set by the National Security Council. He also warned all business operators to not operate until the wee hours of the morning and close their premises before the stipulated time. Now, residents in 2 low-lying areas in Kapit have been advised to move to higher ground since last night following a rise in water levels due to continuous rain. The Sarawak Fire and Rescue Department Operations Centre in a statement today said water levels in Kampong Baru and the Philemon Longhouse started to rise since about 10 p.m. yesterday. The same situation is also reported in Lowlying and Kampong Stapang, Marudi in the Miri division. The statement said that the Philemon Longhouse, which is located about 20 kilometers from the Kapit town, has 126 residents, but the total number of people who have not been evacuated has yet to be ascertained. The statement said a 76-year-old senior citizen and her daughter, aged 41, from Kampong Baru, were evacuated to a relative's house at about 11 p.m. The Administrative Enhanced Movement Control Order, or EMCO, imposed in 2 of the 3 zones in Aman Jaya, Kedah, namely Kenanga and Mawar, has ended at the stroke of midnight today. Dato' Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the EMCO for the Melo zone, however, has been extended to 27th September. In a statement, the senior minister said the decision to end the EMCO was reached after a second screening exercise done on 9th September showed no more COVID-19 positive cases in Kenanga and just 1 case in Mawar, who has since been placed in a quarantine centre. He said the EMCO had to be extended in the Malur zone after 12 positive cases were detected in the second screening. The administrative EMCO in Malur involves 609 households with an estimated population of 2,529 people. He urged those affected by the order to keep complying with directives of the Health Ministry and the police. Now, the 2-week administrative EMCO had first been enforced in the 3 zones in Aman Jaya on 28th August. Meanwhile, the third screening procedure conducted on the residents of Aman Jaya in Sungai Petani has gone smoothly. All residents have been cooperating to ensure the screening process could be done as they observe the standard operating procedures set by the authorities.
Ada sesetengah yang perlu menjalani swab yang kali ketiga. Jadi saya sendiri terbabit untuk melakukan swab kali ketiga. Dapat anda saksikan di belakang saya, ramai yang sedang menanti giliran untuk melakukan swab ketiga.
Police have caught 512 individuals breaking the Recovery Movement Control Order RMCO, with more than half of them being nabbed over their activities at pubs or nightclubs. Senior Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the 512 individuals comprised 452 individuals who were issued compounds, while 59 were remanded and 1 released on bail. When listing down the types of MCO breaches the 512 individuals were nabbed over, Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri in a statement said these include 294 individuals who were nabbed over activities in pubs or nightclubs, followed by 103 over activities where big attendance made physical distancing difficult, 56 nabbed while having private parties, 32 failing to provide the necessary equipment or recording the entry and exit of patrons, and 14 for not wearing face masks. Meanwhile, 8 were nabbed for operating premises beyond operating hours, 4 over suspicion of prostitution activities, and 1 for failure to obey the order to be under quarantine during the Recovery Movement Control Order. Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri also said the police-led task force to monitor and enforce compliance of SOP during the RMCO had carried out 58,393 inspections, including on restaurants, supermarkets, banks, traders, factories, government offices, as well as land, water and air transport terminals nationwide. PAS is prepared to face the 15th general election, GE15, if it's held at any time. Its president, Datuk Sri Abdul Hadi Awang, said the party leadership at all levels had instructed the machinery to be ready. On the number of seats to be contested by the party, he said it had yet to be finalized and the matter would be announced by Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin when ready.
Ia sedang dibincang dan sudah banyak yang selesai. Ya. Itu belum muktamad lagi kerana tarikh pilihan raya pun belum diumumkan lagi. Ya. Memang begitulah. Yang sudah ada ini milik PAS, Kelantan, Terengganu dan Kedah kita mendominasi kerajaan negeri.
He said this during a media conference after delivering his keynote address at the 66th PAS Muktamar or General Assembly near Kota Baru yesterday. Also present were PAS Deputy President Datuk Sri Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man and its Secretary General Datuk Taqiyuddin Hassan. On the Muafakat National Cooperation, Datuk Sri Abdul Hadi said, although still in the early stage, he was satisfied with the alliance between PAS and UMNO. In another development, Datuk Sri Abdul Hadi said PAS would mobilize its machinery to help its allies in Perikatan Nasional in the Sabah state election. The Election Commission has set 26th September as polling day for the Sabah state election, where 73 state seats will be contested and they include 13 new state seats. The nomination day was yesterday and early voting will be on 22nd September. University Malaysia Sabah student Viviana Mosibin, whose video of her climbing a tree to gain internet access went viral last June, was honoured to have received a dinner invitation with Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. Describing Tan Sri Muhyiddin as humble and awesome, Viviana said the invitation was a gesture of appreciation from the Prime Minister. In her Instagram post, Viviana then told the Premier to stay awesome as she thanked him for the dinner. Last Thursday, Science, Technology and Innovations Minister Khairi Jamaluddin Abu Bakar also took the time to meet Viviana to apologise on behalf of the government following several controversial statements made by a government MP in the Dewan Negara. The issues originally revolved around the low internet connectivity in the rural areas in Sabah, which had caused students like Viviana to climb up a tree to get a stronger internet connection. Government to standardize regulations and taxes in hotel, Airbnb sectors. Now, the government will be finalizing the standardization of several issues involving the hotel sector and Airbnb, such as regulation and taxes, in the nearest time. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Datuk Sri Mustafa Mohamad, said the move was to give a new lease of life to the tourism industry, especially hotel operators, who are more affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, as they are bound by regulations compared with Airbnb operators. Explaining further, Datuk Sri Mustafa said it is also part of the government's efforts to help revive the tourism sector towards restoring the country's economy. He said discussions on the matter were in progress between the Tourism, Arts and Culture Ministry, Housing and Local Government Ministry and the state governments, with a committee chaired by the Chief Secretary to the Government, KSN, Tan Sri Muhammad Zuki Ali, tasked to resolve the issues.
Jadi sudah pasti kita dalam bisnes ni kita ada konsep level playing field, maknanya adil lah berlaku adil pada semua. Jadi kalau satu komponen itu dikenakan dengan pelbagai peraturan, satu lagi tak tertakluk pada sebarang peraturan, sudah pasti ini tidak adil. Jadi dalam konteks itu dan dalam konteks untuk memulihkan sektor ini, jika apa-apa yang dapat dibantu oleh KSN, kita akan sampaikan kepada KSN supaya masalah ini yang sudah pun dimulakan perbincangan dan mungkin hampir nak selesai dah, mungkin KSN boleh membantu untuk menyegerakan keputusan yang perlu dibuat dalam tempoh terdekat.
The government is starting a safeguard investigation on imports of ceramic floor and wall tiles products into Malaysia. The International Trade and Industry Ministry, MITI, in a statement said the petitioner alleged that the increase in imports of ceramic floor and wall tile products in absolute terms and relative to domestic production from 2017 to 2019 have caused a serious injury to the domestic industry in Malaysia producing the like products. The statement said, in accordance with the Safeguards Act 2006 and its related regulations, a preliminary determination will be made within 120 days from the date of initiation. In connection with the investigation, MITI will provide a set of questionnaires to interested parties such as importers, foreign producers, exporters and associations. Other interested parties may request for the questionnaires in writing to the Ministry no later than 28th September. Interested parties may also provide views and additional evidence to MITI by October 13 to support the investigation. It added that if it received no additional information within the specified period, the government would make its preliminary determination based on available facts and information. Bomber fighters showed their mettle to beat Putrajaya Cyborg 21-13, 21-15 to win in the final and emerge as Division 1 champions of the 2020 Sebat Takro League at the Titiwangsa Stadium in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. Now, the win saw Bomber fighters take home 12,000 ringgit in cash and the championship trophy, while Putrajaya Cyborg pocketed 10,000 ringgit as runners-up. Not only will Bomba Fighters and Putrajaya Cyborg, by virtue of finishing as champions and runners-up respectively, be competing in the Premier Division next season, they also confirmed their places in the Champions Cup to be held at Iskandar, Malaysia in Johor from 23rd to 29th November. The prizes were given away by Melaka Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Tun Muhammad Ali Rustam. Also present was Malaysian Sebat Takro Association President Datuk Sri Ahmad Ismail. Masum UPM Knights, meanwhile, had to fight back from one set down to overcome Melaka Titans 17-21, 21-14, 21-14 to finish third and bag 7,000 ringgit. The Titans took home 5,000 ringgit. 8 teams: Terengganu Turtles, Masum UPM Knights, Putrajaya Cyborg, Bomba Fighters, Perlis Vipers, Melaka Titans, PSM Mavericks and Kedah Eagles took part in Division 1, which began on 8 September under strict standard operating procedures due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. And that's it from us this afternoon. In our top story today, DBKL to implement early flood warning system. News at 10 comes on this evening on My Freeview's Berita RTM news channel. I'm Mohana Priya. Thanks for watching and thanks for your company.